welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for September the 9th through September the Let me see. Through September the 15th. Guys, I just want to say thank you so much for all the wonderful sentiments and for your patience and your support and loyalty during this really difficult time. As most of you know, my brother passed away last week, so I just needed some time, alone in solitude to kind of contemplate my feelings around that. So I really, really appreciate you. And these readings are dedicated to my brother Michael. I know he would have said, get on with it, So that's what I'm doing. It doesn't mean I don't get sad at times, but the show must go on. And anyway, these readings are for the collective, guys. So take what resonates and leave the rest. If you're new, welcome. I really hope you enjoy these readings and that you come back. If you would like a personal, more tailored reading, you may click on this link here or go to my website. And all the links for everything is in the show more section below, the description box. I will have links to the other videos in there because this is for your sun, moon and rising. So check out the other videos. And I also have a Facebook group that's closed, and the link to that will be there. And every other week I do a live feed just for that group, and we talk. I look at the aspects and how usually it's a full moon and a new moon. That's how I do it every 2 weeks, and we look at your sign and how you will be impacted by that celestial sky at the time. And I also do, answer questions with the tarot, so that we have fun in that group. So, join the group. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and please like, share and comment on my videos. I'd really appreciate that. Now my videos come in 3 sections: the intro, which is this, then the astrological reading, and then the tarot. And there are skip times for each section in the show more section below, so you'll be able to skip, especially if you're checking out your sun, moon and rising. And another way to support this channel is through Patreon, and I really want to thank my patrons. I really appreciate you. Thank you for believing in me and supporting me. And I especially want to thank Hilary Smith, has been so generous and so kind during this time, and Joe Lamar. He's also been extremely generous and kind and checking in on me, and Beth, thank you so much. Beth has been extremely generous and caring and kind. So everyone's been very kind. I'm very, very fortunate to have such wonderful and incredible people in my life, and I'm really thankful for that from the bottom of my heart. So without further ado, let's go to the astrology section, shall we? Hello and welcome to the astrological portion of your reading for the week of September the 9th through the 15th. And what a dynamic celestial sky we have this week. It is incredible. At the beginning of the week, we start off with a stellium of planets in Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. It's a mutable sign, which means it's kind of flexible and, it sways, it moves here and moves there. There are 4 planets in Virgo at the beginning of the week. By the end of the week, 2 of those planets will move into Libra. So that will be Mercury and Venus. So they move from this very kind of heavy, grounded earth sign into a very light intellectual air sign. But more about that later, because the big news this week is the full moon in Pisces on the 13th or 14th of September, which is the Friday or Saturday, depending on where you are on the planet. Now, the full moon, as most of you know, is when the sun is opposite the moon. In fact, it is the sun that is reflecting on the moon that gives the moon the light. The moon doesn't have any light of its own per se. It just reflects the moon, the light from the sun. So a full moon is the completion of the lunar cycle. So it is the culmination of the cycle. It's a time, it's the crescendo, if you will. It rules our emotions. So we're very affected by the moon, and it's very close to the Earth. It's the closest planet to the Earth, so we definitely feel that. And it's a very fast-moving planet. That's why they say, you know, Cancerians are ruled by the moon, right? And that, you know, they call them moody because the moon, you know, moves very fast, faster than any other planet. So they go through moods quickly. Now, the full moon is a really good time to let go, to slough off your emotions, to forgive yourself, forgive others, to let go of something that needs to go, to allow that to move away, to just let it go. Sometimes it's good to look at what we started at the new moon and see how far we've come. Has it completed? Whatever we planned or started at the first moon, at the new moon, I mean, can come to a culmination at the full moon. Now, on Friday, the 13th, this is before the full moon in Pisces. And I just want to mention, right, so the moon is in Pisces and the sun is in Virgo. Virgo, as I said before, is this grounding, mutable energy. And Pisces is a mutable energy also. It's watery. It's the most sensitive of all signs. It's the oldest sign in the zodiac. It is a completion of the zodiac, if you will. So where Virgo is very practical and grounding and analytical and, you know, problem solving, Pisces is kind of very ethereal. There's a connection with the ethereal realm. It's like having one foot in the ethereal realm and one foot on the ground, right? And Pisces is ruled by Neptune, and Neptune is actually next to this moon at the time. So the thing about Neptune is this is a really spiritual and what do I want to say? Psychic, intuitive full moon. This is when we tap into our intuition. You know, it's where logic and intuition come into play. It's almost like the head and the heart come together, and you can really make intelligent decisions. It's really a wonderful time for meditation, for connecting with the higher realm. Not only that, okay, so I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. So Mercury is, so on Friday before Mercury and Venus move into Libra, they are together in Virgo, what we call conjunct. And their energies are melding, right? And they are, you know, Venus is about relationships, and Mercury is about conversation. It's about communication. This is a communicating full moon. It is an intuitive full moon. It's so powerful. This is really important. This is an incredible time. It's almost like epiphanies can happen during this time, because the sun is also on that same day, on Friday, actually at 3:33 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the sun trines Pluto. Now, 333, means the angels and the ascended masters are surrounding you, right? And this is so what's happening. The sun, the creator, right? Godlike. And you've got Pluto from the underworld, but really, a power. It's a power dynamic. This is strong and powerful. And it's in a trine is a beautiful relationship. So this is a wonderful opportunity to be empowered, to look at your own personal power, to go within, to seek guidance from the ethereal realm, from spirit, from the angels, to connect with them. I mean, this is just it's so incredible. Now, when when this full moon happens, right, we have all of this, what I like to call a cosmic soup happening. We have this, what we call a T-square in astrology, and this means that it's like a very kind of wide triangle, if you will, from the full moon to Jupiter. Now, Jupiter is about expansion. It's about, spirituality. It's about the higher realms. It's higher learning, right? And it's in a contentious relationship with the moon and the sun at the same time. Now, squares are kind of motivators, right? They're contentious, but there's a breaking point, right, where they break apart, and then something wonderful comes out of it. So squares are motivators. They're not really, they're not a bad aspect. They are, as I said before, motivators. So this is a really okay, so I get really excited. This is a really wonderful opportunity to connect with spirit, to go within, to look at what has empowered you in the past and what you need to do going forward. This is kind of epiphanies where you could be doing something and say, wow, you know what? This isn't working for me anymore. It's almost like there's major life-changing decisions for a lot of people, and people will make it. Will make those life-changing decisions. It's about being empowered. It's about doing what's right for you, what's right for everyone, because what's right for you is right for everyone. Now, you must be careful not to let the ego get in. So it's really important to meditate. It's really important to hear. Prayer is talking to God. Meditation is listening. So all you have to do is to make sure that your pride and ego don't get in the way, and that you humbly go within and search for what's right for you. I mean, this is just such a powerful full moon. It's exciting. Now, Venus, Mercury moves into Libra about 3:15 in the afternoon. And I also want to mention that what's interesting at this full moon is Mercury rules Virgo. And so that's together in the sign with the sun. So this is what's interesting is, right, the ruler of Virgo is next to the sun, and the ruler of Pisces is next to the moon. This makes it even more powerful and stronger. And we will look, Pisces and Neptune is about creativity on the higher scale, right? It's creativity, it's illusion, it's like tapping into the ethereal realm. And on the downside, it can be delusion, it can be foggy, it can take you in daydreams, and it's very difficult to get focused sometimes. Like, I've had to pull myself together. When Neptune is at play, it's you can have a lifetime in a couple of hours, and it's important not to kind of you can get melancholy at this time, and you can get a little sad, and perhaps, especially when the squares are happening, you can get a little fearful. But you have Mars opposite Neptune too, so that kind of gives you, Mars and the Sun, it gives you that kind of energy that you want to get up and you want to do something, and you want. But what's interesting is Pisces is relaxed and chill and contemplate and be creative, and Mars and the Sun is like action and creativity and excitement and fast energy. So you have this push-pull. It's important to remain balanced during this time. And what is lovely is that Venus moves into its home sign of Libra, right? A bit later on that day, after Mercury moves into Libra. And Mercury is about, balance. Mercury is about the intellect, thought process, and communication. And Libra is about balance and diplomacy. And so, your communications become a lot more kind of calmer and balanced and harmonious. And Venus moves into Libra, and that's Venus's home sign. She's very refined in Libra. She's intellectual. She likes to express herself through poetry and music and art. So we will feel that wonderful expression of poetry and art and music. Will get that incredible appreciation for that. And actually, that's a really great way to channel that energy. And if you're a writer or you're into the visual arts, this is perfect energy for you to move forward. But all in all, this really powerful full moon, prepare for it. Do a full moon ritual, charge your crystals. Do a ritual, meditate during it. I'm going to go out and I will meditate in the outdoors under this moon. I will moon bathe and I will meditate under this full moon, because we are going to make such amazing connections during this time. Thank you, guys. Let's go to your tarot reading, shall we? Hello, Cancer, and welcome to your reading for September the 9th through September the 15th. This is the last shuffle for you guys. Thank you so much for your patience and your sentiments over my brother passing. I really appreciate your support and your loyalty. Thank you so much. Okay, 3 cards for Cancer. I particularly want to dedicate this reading for my brother Michael, because he was a Cancerian, just like myself and my other brother, 3 of us. Here we go, 2 more cards for Cancer. 2 more cards for Cancer. I feel his presence. Oh, you've got the 2 cards. There we go. Lovely. All right. Okay, so now we have the clarifying cards. Please clarify. Please clarify. These are clarifying cards for Cancer. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give through these clarifying cards for Cancer for this coming week? Please clarify. Oh, there it is. Oh, wow. Please clarify. Please clarify. Okay. Would you like to see your cards? There you go. The first card out is the Temperance card. Then we have, clarifying that, is the Page of Swords. We have the Queen of Swords, and clarified by the 4 of Cups, Then we have the Page of Wands, clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. Lovely. Okay. So the first card out is the Temperance card. And quite simply, the Temperance card means everything in moderation. That's the mantra of the Temperance card. Temper everything. Temper your emotions, temper, your eating, temper your drinking. As I said before, everything in moderation. This is about seeking balance in your life. And that's exactly what's going to happen with this full moon. We need to seek a balance. And I'll get a little bit more into that later. Now, clarifying the Temperance card is the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords is about, this is a message. This is the intellect. This is communication. So the swords mean communication, intellect. The Page of Swords delivers a message, and he's very fast. It's fast acting. So he delivers a message, and perhaps he's a bit blunt, right? He's delivering the truth to you because somebody's given him that truth to deliver. Maybe that's why you need to temper your emotion. Don't shoot the messenger, is what I'm getting. Look, when this kind of message comes in that's not kind of wrapped in pretty bows, there is a truth in there somewhere. And you have to ask yourself, what can I own of that truth? And this is a very kind of reflective time that we're coming into this week. It's important for us to look inside, not judge ourselves, not judge others, but logically see, is there something in there that I can take home, that I can change? We have to kind of look, we need to grow. We're being challenged to grow this week, particularly this week. So, don't shoot the messenger. Resist the urge to react and just take a step back and say to yourself, once you've kind of blown a little steam off, say, okay, what part of that can I own? You don't have to own it all, but you can own some of it, because Page of Swords is here to tell you that. Now, the next card is the Queen. She can be very blunt too. She's really intelligent. She's an incredible businesswoman. She's fast acting. This is take action. You have to be in action. She's an incredible businesswoman. She's very astute. She knows people. She studied, not because she's intuitive, but she studied people. So she knows when someone's full of baloney. She knows when they're not authentic. And she doesn't have time for that. So she's very blunt. She doesn't waste her time on anyone that is, isn't authentic or isn't there to work hard. She's a hard worker. She's not, she actually, in this, she has a light coming from a third eye. So she's really sees through people. When she comes into a reading, it's about be authentic and be truthful with yourself, right? And others. And look, you're clarifying it. You've got the Four of Cups, and this is Neptunian. He is thinking in his head, and he's off on La La Land, and he is perhaps contemplating something that hasn't worked out, perhaps. And he's just, because he's got his arms crossed, so he's very kind of closed off. And he's missing an incredible opportunity. And she's the opportunity. She's coming in. There's a business opportunity. There's an incredible potential to further your career and make a fortune, if you will. But he's so focused on something in the past, and that's really what we have to be disciplined this week. We have to discipline ourselves to take action, because it's not going to be easy with Neptune playing tricks on us and having us daydream and losing time. Before you know it, you've done nothing. You get up to do something and organize. Organization and being in creativity is really a wonderful thing to do this week. Look back at what's worked, learn from it. Don't stay in kind of regret. And don't judge yourself or others. It's important to be logical. She's a very logical. She thinks logically. You have to look at your past logically and see what you can learn from it to go forward. And look, cha-ching, you have the Page of Wands, darling, and the Page of Wands is an incredible opportunity. It can be a new job, it can be a new career, it can be, a new business, a partnership. It's something's coming down the pike that's an incredible opportunity for you. Don't miss it. You can miss it if you're in Neptunian energy, which can be, delusional or illusional. We have to really ask ourselves, what is really the truth? It's going to be difficult to tell what's the truth. What's our mind taking us on a journey, a fantastical journey. So we have to be it's important to be grounded this week. Oh, shungite is an incredible grounding crystal. I'm going to carry this with me. This is great. I'm going to carry this. This is grounding. Shungite will keep you grounded. I'm a believer. I have tons of crystals. So this is wonderful. And look, ta-da! Clarifying this wonderful opportunity is the 10 of Pentacles, darling. You're getting paid. This is all your needs being met. Happy families, the money's coming in. Fabulous. So I will just say that everything in moderation, guys. That's what you must. It's looking for balance. It's seeing the truth. Try to be as grounded as possible, because we are going to kind of, be connected ethereally, and we're going to, look, we can channel this energy creatively, and that will actually help us create abundance and wealth, manifest it. So this wonderful Piscean creative energy is coming in. So tap into that, but don't get caught up in the illusion of it. That's all I'll say. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with friends, family, neighbors, social media. Please help me grow this channel. I would really appreciate that. And comment. I live for comments and feedback. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah. I love you all, and I'll see you next week.